Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Bible in a Year 2021. And we're on day 317. And we're reading through Luke 23 and John 18:19. I think it's 18:19. Just double check the title there. It's actually that chapter in John, the first one that we read that I want to actually consider. We're going to deal with Pilate, I think, in a bit, but let's just deal with this thing that John records. It's very interesting. He says that Jesus knew everything that was about to happen, so he went out and he met his betrayer. He knew everything that, and I know that we know that we know that intellectually. I'm not sure we know that emotionally. I'm not sure that we can. Some people say, well, he's God, so it was no big deal. Yes, fully God, fully man, but operating as a man. Everything that he did through the Holy Spirit. He did not do through his own divinity. We know that because in Philippians we're told that that finding himself as a man, he set aside his divinity, as in he didn't access it, not setting aside as in he was no longer divine, but setting it aside as he did not operate in it. He came as a man. He had to come as a man. He could not be crucified as God, because then it would have nullified the sacrifice. It had to be a perfect sacrifice. It had to be perfect. The lamb had to be unblemished. There was no such thing as a perfect man, but Jesus came as that. So as a man, he's facing this. This is why he's as he's praying, he sweat those drops of blood, because this was an anxious moment. He knew everything that was about to happen. He chose to trust Father, even in the face of such anxiety. He chose to trust Father in this. And knowing what was about to happen, he did not run away. He did not try to avoid it. He went out and he met it face on, trusting Father. So, as we had already looked at a couple of days ago, where he said, trust God, trust also in me. He's demonstrating that to us right now. He's demonstrating it to us. He's, you know, he's asked us to trust. He's asked us to trust him as he trusts Father. And he steps out and faces the enemy, faces what's about to happen, knowing everything. Perhaps it's not the death, but it's the torture, it's the pain. As a human being, to face that pain, to face that torture, to know what's going to happen, and still do that. I don't know. That's amazing stuff. And for the joy that was set before him. The joy that was set before him was not the pain. It was not the suffering of the cross. It wasn't any of that. It wasn't the ridicule. It wasn't the humiliation. It wasn't any of that. The joy was that we would be with him for eternity. That's the joy. The joy that something new is about to be born. A new creation. A wonderful new creation is about to be born. And the only way it could happen is it's like Jesus said to them, like, how can I not drink my Father's cup? How can I not drink this cup, knowing that this is my Father's will, knowing what this is about to do? How can I not drink this? He told his disciples. How can I not do this? He came to reconcile the world to him. And the only path that was available was the path of pain, torture, and death. But he's greater than death. He overcame the pain. He overcame the torture. He overcame that death on the cross. He overcame the tomb. That's what's really amazing. If he did not step out, he wouldn't have overcome. And that's what we have to keep in mind. Sometimes the things that we go through is so that we can overcome. That there's no way we can overcome. There's no way we can have the victory without the battle. There's no way that we can have all the things that we are to step into. We can't have the greater maturity without the things that we have to overcome. Just keep that in mind. It's for our growth. So you guys be blessed today. Be encouraged. Have a great day, and we'll catch up tomorrow.